Yeah, yeah. I know I need a haircut. Yeah, yeah. Stage three. Stage three. Hey, UB, what's up? It's Roger here with your weekly hUB video, and we need to get things started right off because there's a lot of stuff going on this week. So here with some special birthday greetings is our birthday correspondent. Take it away.
Hi guys, I'm Jackie. I was in Upward Bound if you didn't know me. To be honest, I've done this like video so many times, and like this is my last attempt because like it's kind of tiring and everybody's waiting for me to like go eat, as you can see. Waiting on me to go eat. So last time, I just want to do a little happy birthday shout out. Roger reached out to me and I was like, of course. So first off, I just want to say happy birthday to Jennifer and Jessica, my sisters. I love you guys so much. And next up, I want to say happy birthday to all of these people. I'm sorry if I say anybody's name wrong. Like that's your name and I'm sorry. So feel free to correct me or like let Roger know. So Adar, Naya, Valerie, Christina Tran, Kent, Nadia, and Ashley H. Happy birthday. I hope you guys have a good day. Try going out. Maybe not to like stores, but like Alki is always a really great option. So yeah, bye.
Thanks, Jackie. Have a great time at Wazoo next year. And so let's check in with the weather. Thanks, Poppy. Look good out there. Why is my dog going to have more Instagram followers than I do? Anyways, don't forget Thursdays are team gathering days, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Make sure you answer the reflection questions after the video today so you can be prepared for those conversations. As well, don't forget about Friday Fun Days. Every Friday, 3 p.m. This week, bingo. Yes, we're going to have bingo. There's going to be prizes, DoorDash, everything like that. So come on out and join us. It'll be fun. Arlene's going to help host that one. It's going to be a blast. So make sure you come out. Now, let's go for the all important tally of the team points with Eric.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Team Point winner announcement. Just want to congratulate everybody on getting through week 2. All of you in your art classes, it's exciting. You're moving on to your next module for art, whether it's drawing or writing or building. Really exciting things happening with Upward Bound. Really proud of all the work that you all are doing. Do one more shout out to the blue team for winning last week, led by Nova and TQ. So good work. And now I've been busy doing all the calculations today. Here's our standings at the end of week 2. So in third place, we have the gray team. Good work, gray. In second place, we have the gold team. And our champions for week 2 is the black team. Congratulations, black team. Everybody else, we're doing this each week. So keep going to our events, keep participating, keep encouraging teachers to submit team points on your behalf. There's also, I'm keeping track each week, and we'll have standings at the end of the summer. I won't tell you who's winning now, but congrats again to the black team. Keep it up, everybody. Have a great third week. I'll see you.
Thanks, Eric. Congratulations to those teams. Every week we talk about here change ahead. That's our theme for the summer. And this week we're going to go to Arlene, who's going to share some thoughts about letting go of other people's expectations.
Hi everyone, my name is Arlene, and I am the Upward Bound teacher at Evergreen High School. But during the summer, I am the writing teacher, so if we haven't met, nice to meet you, and we will probably interact a lot whenever you take the writing course. So I'm hopping on to the video today to talk to you guys about this week's seminar theme, which is letting go of others' expectations. And expectations are not necessarily bad, right? Like we all have expectations of our lives, our futures, like how much money we want to make, how much, of our friends, our relationships. We all have expectations of everything. Now, expectations can actually be very harmful, especially when you are letting them take over your life. And in particular, when they're expectations from other people, right? Like from your parents or from family members or from, your supervisors. And so today I wanted to hop on and talk to you guys about some tips and some ways to let go of those expectations that are harmful for us. And so the reason why I wanted to speak about this topic is because this is something that I struggle with myself. Being super honest, I have super high expectations of myself. I was raised by parents that had very, very high expectations of both my sister and me. And as an adult, I've had to learn to manage their expectations, my own expectations, and kind of learn how to deal with those expectations in a way that's healthy rather than a way that kind of like, pushes me or leads me to disappointment. And so that's the danger with expectations when they're harmful. It's that you can just like get stuck in disappointment. It could be harmful for your mental health if you are too focused on other people's expectations of you and like trying to meet them. And this topic is particularly important for teenagers because you're kind of still living at home. You're very much still hearing a lot from your parents about maybe they have certain ideas about what college you should go to, or what you should major in, or what job you should have. And so it is hard. It is very challenging to kind of manage and listen to all of those expectations. So today I have 3 tips for you guys. And these 3 tips have come from me doing a lot of reading, from therapy, from just kind of like this idea of letting go of expectations. Like this is something that I'm very much working on. And so I wanted to kind of share some tips with you guys. So tip number 1 is to acknowledge your disappointment. So when something does go wrong, which things go wrong all the time, right? Like, you have an expectation of how your day is gonna go, and you wake up and you don't have gas or whatever, like something goes wrong. So tip number 1 is to acknowledge your disappointment. When something doesn't go as planned, you need to kind of figure out what it is that you're feeling. Are you disappointed? Are you frustrated? Are you upset? Acknowledge that feeling and then move on. Sounds simple, but not super simple. But the idea of acknowledging it and moving on is that if you don't acknowledge the feeling, if you try to ignore it, it's just going to sit there. Another thing that you might do is try to blame other people. And that just doesn't make things better, right? So just acknowledge how you're feeling and move on. Tip number 2 is to rethink how you set goals, right? So we have expectations of ourselves of what we want to do, and that is very connected to our goals. And so goal setting is amazing. It is a very important part of being more successful and like pushing yourself. However, the issue with goals is that sometimes we set these like lofty goals and say like, oh, I want to be more fit, right? But there's no plan behind it. So my tip is to make sure that your goal is measurable, that it's specific, and that it's achievable, right? Because if you are trying to do something that is not actually achievable for you, that it's not realistic for you, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So yes, you do want to challenge yourself, but also like with this idea of getting fit, right? It's more realistic for you to say, okay, I'm gonna work out 3 times a week for 30 minutes or something like that, right? But don't say that you're gonna work out 7 days a week if that's not something that you're gonna do, because you're just gonna set yourself up for failure. And my last tip is to choose how you react to situations. Again, easier said than done, but this is probably the best tip that I can give you, and that's because like we can't control what does happen to us, but we can control how we react. And so if we choose to react or to focus on what we can control of a situation, then you're kind of like trimming all that extra stress and all that extra negativity. If you focus on what you can control, you can actually kind of like make decisions and figure out what it is that you can do instead of focusing on the things that happened before that you can't change. So it's a waste of time. Don't focus on the stuff that you can't change. Focus on what you can change. So those are my 3 tips. First one was to acknowledge your disappointment. Second one was to rethink how you set your goals. So make sure that those are specific and that they're actually achievable. And the third one was to choose how you react to situations. So these tips are pretty simple. They helped me a lot. Like I said, this is something I still work on, but I hope that they will help you.
This is a man named Bob Rosenthal. And early in his career as a research psychologist, he did something very devious. Late one night, Bob secretly crept into his lab and he hung signs on all of the rat cages. Some of the signs said that the rat in the cage was incredibly smart, and some of the signs said that the rat in the cage was incredibly dumb, even though neither of these things was true. So then Bob brings this group of experimenters into his lab and says, for the next week, some of you are going to get these very smart rats and some these very dumb rats. And your job is to run your rat through a maze and record how well it does. So what did they find? It was not even close. The smart rats did almost twice as well as the dumb rats. Even though the smart rats were not smart and the stupid rats were not stupid. They were just all the same kind of average North Dakotan rat.
That almost, to me, sounds like the stuff of science fiction, like telekinesis.
Yeah. No one really believed him at first.
I was having trouble publishing any of this.
But what Bob eventually figured out was that the expectations that the experimenters had in their head actually translated into a whole set of tiny behavior changes.
Handling rats and handling them more gently can actually increase the performance of rats.
This kind of dynamic happens in people too.
You may be standing farther away from someone you have lower expectations for. You may not be making as much eye contact. And it's not something you can put your finger on.
That's Carol Dweck, a psychologist at Stanford. She was one of several researchers who explained all kinds of surprising things that expectations can influence, like teacher expectations can raise or lower a student's IQ score. A mother's expectations can affect the drinking behavior of her middle schooler. Military trainers' expectations can literally make a soldier faster or slower.
Think about that. As you go through the world, the expectations of other people are constantly acting on you, literally making you stronger or weaker, smarter or dumber, faster or slower.
Yeah. So my question was, how far does this go? So Carol, for example, if I expect that if somebody jumps off a building, they will be able to fly, that's not going to work out so well, right?
Right.
So what does science know about where we should draw the line?
That line is moving. As we come to understand things that are possible and mechanisms through which a belief affects an outcome or one person affects another person, that line can move.
Thanks, Arlene. Don't forget to finish this assignment by answering the reflection questions below and get prepared for those conversations at your Thursday team gatherings. And now, you made me laugh, you made me cry, you made me laugh so hard I cried. Your Selfie Challenge slideshow. Great job with those selfies this week, everybody. You had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun watching them. This next week's selfie challenge is College Spirit. So wrap yourself in a Wazoo blanket, throw on that UW ball cap, or just sip from a Central mug. It doesn't matter as long as there's a college emblem on it. Take a selfie, snap it, send it in, and you will earn team points. But make sure you're having fun and get creative with it like you guys did this last week. So we're into week 3. Keep up with the good work, engage in your classes, do your assignments, make sure you got those all in on time. Remember, it earns you credit as well as your stipend. So remember, stay engaged and stay safe, and I'll see you next week.